Welcome back, eSIM Studios. So TikTok users got some good, well, I got some bad news, but I also have some good news as well. I was notified that coming up this upcoming weekend, I believe when Trump is inaugurated on, what is it, on the 19th? So either on the 19th or the 20th, the TikTok ban will go in effect. There was a glimpse of hope, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. Trump was going to put in a word to see if they could hold off, if the Supreme Court could hold off on the ban of TikTok. Well, that fell through, and the ban is now going to be in effect here on either the 19th or the 20th, basically making it ineffective for anybody in the United States using TikTok. The app will just simply not open. If you already have it installed, it will just simply get stuck on a boot animation, or it will go to a display that says inoperable, basically. Now, it will not be available on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store after and or on the 19th or 20th. But I do have a workaround. Now, I'm going to film another video walking you through the workaround. Probably I'll record that this week, but I can think of 3 ways that they're going to implement this ban. So it will not be available on the app stores. And if you can't find it on the App Store, what's your next best thing? Now, if you have an iPhone, you're screwed. But if you still want to use TikTok for iPhone users, you're either going to need to switch to Android and or get a Android phone just for TikTok. Now, you don't have to spend $1,000 on a brand new OnePlus 13 or S23 Ultra. You can get a $300 nothing phone 2A, right? So I'll leave that up to y'all. The options are out there. You don't have to get a brand new phone. Just get a side device, a second device that you use for your banking apps and or TikTok. Now, there's a couple of ways there, and I'll show you how and where to download the APK outside of the apps, outside of the Google Play Store. I'll show you how to install it and how to set it up so you can use it in the United States. But there's a couple of different ways, or 3 ways, that I could think of how they're going to ban this. Now, I'm not exactly sure how they're going to implement this ban, but there's a workaround for either way that they choose to kind of ban this in the US. There's a workaround for it. So you're either going to do an IP address ban, meaning if your device that you're using it on has an IP address inside the United States, either the continental United States or any of the 50 states, Hawaii, Alaska. I even think they're going to ban it in Puerto Rico and in the United States Virgin Islands because they're U.S. territories. Same thing with Guam, stuff like that. So that will be banned. So there is a workaround for that. You can simply change your IP address. I'll show you how to do that on the upcoming video. And hang on just a second. Sorry, getting groceries. And the other way that they would ban it is by a geofence, meaning a geolocation, aka GPS. So your device, even if you have GPS turned off in your device settings, it still knows where you're at. There's a workaround for that. So they could use either or. The IP address, if you have a US IP address, they'll block it. Or if they can tell you're using your device via GPS geolocation inside the US, they'll block it as well. Or they could do both, right? They could simply do your IP address. Thank you.
Yes, have a good one.
You too. They could do a IP address block and a GPS block. Now, I was gonna set my daughter, and actually I'll probably record. I don't use TikTok, but my daughter does a lot. And I was telling her she's the one that's been keeping me informed on this TikTok stuff. And so she came to me just the other day and showed me what TikTok showed them, that they're basically just notifying all US users they're going to be banned on the, I think, 19th or 20th. She was showing me that. And I told her, it's no big deal. I said, I can, we'll use it as normal. Just whenever you find out, whenever they do block it on your phone, I said, just take a couple minutes and I'll set it up for you and you can use it as normal. So I'll probably record a video of that, setting it up on my daughter's phone. And so you can follow along as well. But remember, only on Android, because here's the thing, on iOS, you cannot sideload applications. You can in the EU, but the EU, they're not banning TikTok in the EU. So for iPhone users, you're not going to be able to use it. There might be a workaround, but that's going to require jailbreaking your phone and a bunch of workarounds where it's not going to be worth it. But the Android workaround does not require root access, meaning you don't have to root your phone or jailbreak your phone. Just a simple app you download, just a couple of steps, and you'll have it working up in no time. So don't be freaked out if you're one of these content creators on TikTok, because I know there's a number of TikTokers that make good money. Well, don't freak out just quite yet. And if you know somebody that has a big TikTok account, meaning that's got a bunch of followers, or perhaps you don't even have to be making a lot of money, because here's the thing, once it gets banned, the users, if you have a lot of followers, or if you make a decent amount of revenue from TikTok, you're probably going to be making a little more, just because you're using TikTok in the US and it's supposed to be banned. So people are going to be like, what? They're using TikTok in the US? How'd they do that? I'll show you how. It's pretty easy. But just wanted to let everybody know and be aware that the TikTok ban is literally just a few days away. So, but have no fear. I don't want people to freak out. Oh my God, look, it's a very, I don't use TikTok, and I do not use it on purpose, if that makes sense, because their algorithm, meaning how they decide what videos to show you next, like you can search for a video, and like if you search, let's just say monkeys, like you search a certain monkey on YouTube, and then you watch a monkey video, and then you get on you're on YouTube later in the day and you refresh your YouTube feed. Well, you find some more monkey videos in your feed. Well, that's the algorithm, right? They kind of custom curtail your content that you like viewing. They try to push certain videos and channels pertaining to that subject that you were searching for. TikTok's algorithm is so good that I had to stop using it on purpose, because I literally would get lost before I knew it. When it first came out, this was about a year or two ago. I would get on there and watch a video, and then the next video would be even better. Then the next video would be even better, or you'd watch a funny video, and then the next video is funnier, and the next video is funnier. Their algorithm is so good that I would get lost and would get basically, time would just fly, and before you know it, I'd be on there for 30 minutes, an hour. I'm like, holy shit! I was just looking up one video, and it's been a whole hour. So I was like, you know what? I'm just uninstalling this, because I caught myself doing that numerous times. So I was like, it's too distracting. It's that good. TikTok probably has the best algorithm of any social media app. Now that's not why it's getting banned. That's a whole nother story that you can look into that if you want to. But basically, it's a ByteDance who owns the majority of TikTok. That's the parent company. Is Chinese owned. Now, BlackRock, who is a United States company, one of the biggest one of the biggest companies in the world, they own, like, I don't know, they're the second largest minority owner. So the United States government is trying to get ByteDance to sell their remaining shares to a US based company. It's basically a shakedown. I did a I did a video on this maybe 8 months ago, 10 months ago, maybe a year ago, and broke down everything. It's basically a shakedown. They're claiming, and look, some of the claim is fair. Say what you want. Everybody's opinion is different on it, and some of it is true. It is a Chinese company, ByteDance, that owns the majority of TikTok. So, say what you want. The U.S. is claiming that they are stealing your data and can push narratives to your phone and kind of mold the way viewers are thinking about a certain topic. So that's why the U.S. wants to sell TikTok. They said you have to sell to a U.S. company or you cannot operate in the U.S. And ByteDance and or TikTok basically said, screw you. We're calling your bluff. We're not selling. So be it. And they've tried to, fight this in court. They've put in appeal after appeal, and it's just gotten nowhere. So the ban is now in effect, and I doubt they're going to find a seller here in the next few days. Now, who's to say TikTok gets banned in the U.S. Let's say this weekend, and we're at like 6 months with a ban. Now, I don't know if TikTok chooses to sell in 6 months from now that it'll be unbanned and then everybody in the U.S. can have TikTok freely again. I don't know. Or if it's a ban altogether where it's just banned, period, until, I don't know. But what I do know is that coming up on the 19th and 20th, it will be banned. So, point of the story is subscribe to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel. And here in a couple of days, I will make a video that can show you how to still use TikTok inside the US. Now, you're not going to be breaking any laws. You're not going to be voiding any warranties. You're not going to be voiding any rules, terms of service, or anything. So there's no jailbreaking. There's no rooting. We're not modifying software. We're not doing any of that. This is all legal, easy stuff. People just don't know the steps to do it and how to do it. So I'm going to show you. So subscribe to the channel so when I do release that video, you will be notified and can easily set up TikTok and use TikTok in the United States, even when it's banned. Peace.